I'm reasonably certain that I mentioned enjoying the music in the demo for Raygun Gadabout. Hello, one and all. Welcome to the full release of RG. I remember playing the demo for this back at Next Fest for November, I believe it was, 2024. And I thought it was, and I think I remember saying this in the video, but I haven't been back and watched it because I never do. I never want to influence my current perspective on something by thinking about what it used to be like, because I don't necessarily think that's fair. But I do vaguely recall thinking that it was a little bit rough around the edges and had quite a lot of work to do. And there was another demo that came out not too long ago, and I downloaded it, and I just never got around to playing it because it was part of another Next Fest, and I got so many, and it's just been sat on my Steam library, and I've literally just uninstalled it because I've got the game now, so I don't need to play the demo. So yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what the full game is like. See, that will be my demo save, I assume. So let's get started on this and see what it's like. This is just going to be a first impressions demo. I can't promise it's going to be a playthrough of the game or anything like that. Hopefully I enjoy it. Kind of feel like that needs a little trail. Oh, we are straight in. You've passed the security field. Not reading any alerts. You should be in the clear. Right, that's really loud. Hopefully that's not blasting things too badly. So yes, what was that? Right, we've got lots of floating combat text. We've got a thing in the water. I'll keep monitoring the comms for signs of trouble. This should be an easy extraction. I hear you loud and clear, Winnie. Let's take down Corchap once and for all. Okay, those are just background things. Lots of stuff to destroy. Whoop! We've got an air dash. We've got a... We don't have a lot of air control. But we do have quite some variable jump heights. I think we need... The first piece of feedback, I don't know whether the devs are wanting feedback, I assume they probably would be. We need some camera smoothing. The way it jerks left and right when you just turn around is a bit much. I think I actually want to... Why is that reset itself to 1080p? Hold on, this might break things. Right, I can turn that back up a bit now. That has, for whatever reason... Ooh! Ew, gross. Rectoforms. Leeching off the power conduits. Should be safe to blast them. This is the area from that first demo, isn't it? Right. Yeah. Oops. So we've got a combat meter in the corner. Something is preventing me from jumping here. Oh. Wasn't there a dog or something? Yeah. Hey man, what gives? Don't know. Don't know. Dodge through tunnels. Also gives iframes. Buying. Ooh. Yeah, that is... I think that might be a state machine issue. I'm really sorry, I seem to have found at least a couple of issues in the first 5 minutes. That's so typical of me. Oops. Overcharge. It feels a little bit stilted. And also that feels like... That looks like it's not fully drawn in. Hold on. I'm not... Let me just check this. Sorry. No, this is the full game. This isn't the demo that I'm playing again. This I would kind of like a clearer picture of what is and is not destructible. Jumping off walls feels a little bit weird. I'm going to take a guess that we might end up with a jetpack or something to mitigate a bit of that. Well, comma. Hello there. Seems we have a stowaway. What do we do with stowaways, Mellish? Crying out loud, Mellish. You're embarrassing me in front of our esteemed guest. Wake up. Ah! Eh? Huh? Kill! Kill! Yeah, that's the spirit. The space pirates recruitment standards have dropped faster than a meteor in a gravity well. Aha, we've got a live one here. Well, not for long. Turn into pace, boys. Hostiles incoming. Funky music. I'd say that enemies take a little bit too long to die. Not because they've got too much health, but from the moment they lose their health bar, they've got quite long animations for dying. still somebody in here? Oh, there is. Yeah, I take the health bar off the screen at the start of them dying. Wasn't expecting to have to go all the way over to the left, I've got to admit. But I suppose I'm more used to kind of combat arenas being a screen wide. Oh, was that currency or something that I just missed there? Because it, and again, that's why they tend to just be a screen wide. I could do with the... do with the text box not being over the top of the action. Oop. And just drop. Okay. Oh. What? Huh? I guess we made it out then. Quinn, you awake? How you feeling? I feel like I was hit over the head with a half a dozen planetoids. What happened? Fighting caused the base's reactor to blow. You barely made it out alive. I found you floating out in space. Bet you good as new. Just a few scratches, some bruises, and yeah, a touch of brain damage. Well, that doesn't sound good. Luckily, it's isolated to very specific memories. According to my scans, you've forgotten how to use your special abilities. Your recipe for space searching and guacamole taco, and a ton of useless yet entertaining facts. You don't need the capital Y for your there. Not a new sentence. Sorry, I'm teacher. Oh no, my useless facts. I feel so empty now. Worry not. It'll all come back to you eventually. Just get back on that proverbial space horse. There's a bounty fixer named Beggar somewhere on the station. We'll stop. Talk to him. Might be able to hook you up with a job. We're going to beg him for a job. You could use the teleporter in the right place. You in line to use it? Me? Nah. Couldn't touch the thing. Surest way to get your atoms scattered across the galaxy or rematerialised as a puddle of goo. Best of luck to you. Oh. Quaymar Station, a decommissioned industrial space factory. Find your first badge? I guess we did that. There was a bit too much to focus on there. A decommissioned industrial space factory, now a haven for those seeking to stay off the grid. Its original purpose remains a mystery. Now, the crumbs scattered across the floor suggest it might once have been a biscuit factory. Or perhaps someone has yet to find the place. Okay. Is that where I was? I'm a bit confused. No, okay, this is a different place. That's where I was. I think possibly shutting the door to that until we've actually done something to get more acclimatized. Hello, I am FI1 at your service, brought to you by the fine folks at Roboticon Inc. You'll find me throughout the galaxy, offering helpful hints. Considering we actually have to use an interact button to open that text, can we also have an interact button to close that text rather than it just... What do you want? Move along. You're a beggar? I'm looking for work. I'm told you have some. Are you serious? Bounty hunting isn't for kids, you know. Just tell me about the job. Sure, but you don't get paid if you're dead. That's my rule. Deep underground on the planet Doutien is an ancient beast. It's been squashing the archaeologists trying to examine the ruins there. Kill it, and you get paid. Simples. In case you've forgotten, the station teleport is down the hall. Keep going left, you can't miss it. Yeah, see, if you'd forced us to come this way and he then pointed us in the direction of the teleporter and, I don't know, gave us a key card or something to open the door... Ah. Ooh. Okay. Very straightforward map. It does the normal Unity thing where it makes scaled images slightly fuzzy. That's not the game's fault, that's the engine. Name's Eckler. I'm the best ship mechanic on this station. I'm also the only ship mechanic on this station. And somehow... Has he got... no animation? It's weird, the kind of incidental NPCs walking past have got animation. This guy literally has none. So his cigar is permanently falling out of his mouth. That's kind of weird. You also have no animation. You're looking at the captain, the finest ship in the quadrant, the SS Sullage. She may not be a pretty, but she's got it where it counts. I wonder if you could be a service. A recent garbage run, I was attacked by a foul-smelly alien. Barely escaped with the skin of my teeth, but the culprit escaped with my precious family heirloom. That's terrible. How about I go and get it back for you? You would? One question mark. I would reward you handsomely if you did. I lost track of the miscreant, but he must be somewhere on the planet Doutien, possibly in the orbital junkyard. Side quests. Yeah, he's got no animation as well. It makes everything feel very... static? I thought that said void. Good Ian? If that should be even with a contraction, it should be an apostrophe, not a comma. Good evening, salutations, my lady. Will you take a look at my wares? Blast gun, space boomstick, machine gun. 50 for each. We've got no cash. Got some singularity cores. I have some upgrades for you. I don't. Max health. Some shields. That's very fuzzy. And some ammo. Oh man, I really don't want to be that guy. I feel like I'm getting a bit of a reputation for it. But see, he's got animation. And he's got animation. But this just doesn't look finished. it looks like some of it is finished. It's like these guys are just... You know, even with some bounce and squish, like this guy's got... And those icons on the upgrade menu just looked really rough. It's possible it's because... does the game still think it's running at 1080p? Yeah. So it's not... I'm just going to have to leave it like... How does that actually... Oh no, that just breaks the capture. See, it's not even doing... It's not even doing borderless windowed. Oops. Huh? Well, there we go. It just minimized OBS randomly. Can I do this? Is that still running at... Oh, no. Aha! Okay, that is now running properly at 4K. I mean, it could have been running at 4K before. And it doesn't... It's not giving any life to some of the NPCs, but I didn't expect it to. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. I know that this is an indie dev. I believe it's a solo dev. At least he's got a little bit of animation. It just doesn't... It feels very static. Right, we have... Ooh! Ooh. Uh-oh. Warning, hostile ships detected. Ooh, we've got space combats. Do a barrel roll. Ooh, I've got twin stick. I hope these are all hostile. Right, that is taking damage, I think. It's a lot louder than everything else has been so far. All hostiles defeated. So why is some of these... System map. No. I want to... I don't want to... I want to go to the planets. I thought that was what... Huh? Oh, no, I see. Planet Doutien is not that one. I'd forgotten the name. That's on me. If you want to avoid fighting, you can hide in a blue nebula. The Astral Veil. Potasia? Hey there, just make a garbage rental plantation. Doutien Hills. See, this is interesting. This is novel. This is not necessarily the way things are done. Right, so we've got Metroidvania. Right, what is the random white texture that's spawning over the top of us? Oh, explode. See, I think this is the same graphic as used in that upgrade menu, but this is the actual size. So far we're not having any difficulty with anything, which is absolutely fine. We are right at the start of the game. Enemies aren't exactly... Oh. Plenty of health recovery. Ah, it's you. Press down, yes. Oh, we've forgotten how to use our shield. As well as our dash and roll and the stuff that you'd expect to. Nice fast fire rate. Hello, traveller. I'm Checkpoint Charlie. Charlie Co. brand checkpoints offer you peace of mind in a dangerous galaxy. If you are unexpectedly immolated, eviscerated, digested, or disintegrated, our patented system will regenerate a new you. That's great. I'm expecting to experience at least a couple of those things. And no more than 14% genetic error per use. That's the Charlie Co. guarantee. Second thoughts. Can't get through there. Right, we are having... Right, just so that we're super clear on something, I have got my Go XLR with the volume currently turned down to less than half. Yeah, less than half, and this is still really, really loud. And not only is it really, really loud, it's louder than it was. That didn't look like it was properly aligned at the bottom there. I have to wonder whether Unity's done something with how its audio managers work, because I've seen a few indie games fall foul recently of music slides and stuff not sticking properly, or things getting louder. I feel like this was all part of the demo, wasn't it? Don't we get another gun and then... Oh no, enemies coming from off screen is iffy design. Aha! Reflector shield. Press or hold left trigger to use your shield. Deflect enemy projectiles. Stay safe, friend. Right, we don't have discriminate zoom. We have 2 zoom settings. Yeah, because I remember these gates. Whoa. We can use these little statues to keep our combo meter going, which is nice. Or was that just a case of getting out of the way? Just going to take this round. Uh-huh. Not sure why he was walking backwards, but he was. We are getting so much health back. I vaguely recall, though, hold on, I just want to check something. Okay, the game... I am going to hazard a guess that the following is happening. The level is all created as one. And I can find this out easily by using Unity tools. I'm assuming the game's world is made up in one big block, and the rooms, quote unquote, are created using, I'm going to imagine, some kind of virtual camera set up, and this transition switches between them. There's one problem with this. First of all, it ends up with that issue that we had where sometimes enemies can move between rooms because they haven't been confined to the quote-unquote room properly. But also, if I just tap my way into the room, I end up there. But if I hold into the transition, I end up here by the time it's cleared. And that means that sometimes we could potentially end up running into enemies depending on where they are placed in the screen. And to me personally, I don't think that feels very good. Likewise, I don't like the idea that I've got to take my finger off the thing every time I want to move between rooms. Just I don't know whether it has to be a specific colour or what. But yeah, the way the room transitions are done is awkward. And another piece of feedback. I feel like I'm being a real asshole. I'm so sorry. For how small some of the rooms are, the room transition effect takes a while. Thought there was a thing there. What is going on with that? I'll have to try and catch that in the... Well, I'd like to catch that in the editing, but I probably won't. Sometimes it feels like we get randomly teleported when we don't land on a platform properly. Could be that's exactly what it's for. Yeah, see there. That could be a feature to make sure that you don't get stuck in a collider. But you shouldn't really be having that issue, I wouldn't think. Oops. That's a lot of bubbles coming out of the surface and behind the surface graphic. Okay, they're vulnerable from behind. Perfect. What was perfect? Oh, see, again, it's... Yeah. We're getting teleported up through the platforms. Is that supposed to happen? Because it feels weird. Oops. Ew. Sound design's fun. Oh, that door just opens. Hello? Danger. Another vocal? I'm really confused about this hold for overcharge thing. Is there another button that I'm supposed to be pressing? Bit confused. Oh, was that it? What? Oh man, this... Load of enemies before boss fight is... and it's a choice. Okay, so it's moving this time. That attack over the floor doesn't seem like it's working properly. Is it supposed to be that slow? Defeat Mother Wokel. Right, trigger phase shift out of danger. Also, didn't get a chance to finish reading that. It's our dash move. Ooh. Badge acquired. Nearby dropped health, energy, and space bucks are pulled towards you. There's a lot of stuff overlapping. That didn't work. That's fine, because I want to go this way. A shame that this doesn't actually look like I'm The block is in the liquid. Okay, either way screwed that up. Ah, okay. So it gives you an in-air jump. Right, that just gets me stuck on the ceiling there. So I guess that's designed to... Whatever. I don't want to die. Oh, no health? Oh, never mind. Am I losing cash? I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this is in need of more work. It just feels... Yeah, it feels like there's some really, you know, decent ideas here. I'm not going to say unique ideas. I don't think there's anything here that I've not seen before. The gun firing feels fine. Okay. See, this is interesting. if a bit faffy. Too high. Ah. Might be better. Yeah, so some small spatial awareness puzzles. Hostiles incoming. Yeah, see, this is more like what you'd expect in terms of quite harsh putting one of those that close to the wall. Ooh. Badge acquired. You have a base 25% chance of surviving fatal damage. The more space books you have, the higher the chance. Okay. These random white kind of bloom things. They give a bit of a weird effect. Oop. See, again, that was an issue with the screen transition. Because you're not locked in place, you can still move whilst the transition's going on. I am going to leave that there. I feel like this needs more time to cook, if I'm honest. And I know that that is not often, let alone always, but it's not often a possibility for indie devs. but it just doesn't feel very polished right now. It's got some really interesting visual touches, but in terms of how it feels to play, it feels... It's not unresponsive or anything like that. It just doesn't feel precise or accurate, and it's visually very... It's very noisy. You know, there's a lot of effects going on, which is kind of cool. But the lack of animation on some of those NPCs on the spaceship was the first kind of hint that maybe more time is needed to give the whole game a level of polish. I really like the art. I think it reminds me a bit of Guacamelee in terms of its style, only kind of vaguely. But things like the UI are, you know, they're stylish. Oh, you can't loop around either. If you hit the inventory, you can't press right bumper to go around. You have to go back. You know, there's obviously a lot of animation and stuff here, but that's a style thing and not a substance thing. The actual gameplay is... it's workable, but things like, you know, that puzzle I've just done with the shooting bits, it's like, that was cool. You know, it's a thing. But I can't say I'm really having a great time with this. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of visual clutter, which I'm not saying is bad. I'm just saying, ow. Singularity core. Can't remember what we needed those for. Find your first singularity core. Oh, those platforms are actually crumbly platforms. Okay. Yeah, that teleport through platforms thing is kind of weird. Especially because it doesn't work all the time. Nope. Don't know why it goes slower there. Yeah, see, these little puzzles are cool enough. Orbital teleport point unlocked. feel like there's supposed to be a shortcut over here. Dunno, guess not. Okay, new area. Oh, is this the ship in the background firing on us? Okay, dodging doesn't work on that. I got a ray gun. Oh yes, that was a thing, wasn't it? Limited ammo. One thing I will definitely give... Oh, that's not actually terrain. I do like the music. Yeah, the music's cool. Secrety thing. Yeah, see how the floating combat text is still on the screen, even though I've pulled up the map menu. Yeah, I feel like... I feel like I've kind of said all I can say, really. I know I haven't given the game a lot of time. Just feel like it needs more polish and time to cook, and it's possible that they've just had to release it now because they need to, and that, you know, patches and stuff will really help polish this up. No, I like a lot of the mechanics. What did you just say about something between his legs? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, this is a... Oh. Whoa. What? Am I supposed to... Huh? What? I'm a bit confused. Doesn't take a lot, admittedly, at the minute. If I got the plasma sword thing, I could use those to bounce in it, but we don't have that yet. Am I just being dense? Or... yeah, you can't bounce on them, so... I think that's going to do me for my first impressions of Raygun Gadabout. It needs more work. It needs more time to cook. Yeah. Yeah, it needs more time, I'm afraid. It's got some lovely style in terms of the look that's it's going for. I really like the music. And I think I like some of the ideas as well. You know, the travelling between planets with the twin stick stuff. That seems more... almost more polished than the 2D side-scrolly bits, which feel a little bit... like they need more time. The problem is I don't feel I've done a massively great job of articulating the issues. Maybe I have, I don't know, but I kind of feel like I haven't. You know, saying, oh, it doesn't feel quite right isn't actually necessarily helpful feedback, I don't think. It's like, well, what about it doesn't feel right? What am I comparing it to, and so on and so forth. But I don't know. If I think of anything, I'll add it into the annotations and or a follow-up. But for now, I think I'm going to let this sit for a few days and see what kind of patches it gets. Plus there's a feedback thing here, which I'm going to go and have a play with. So yes, I'm sorry. I am really, really sorry about this, because I feel like I'm doing this to a lot of indie devs at the moment. But when it really comes down to it, for a lot of people, it doesn't matter how many people have made the game. They just want a good game. You know, I always try and take into account myself. If it's a solo dev, if it's a small team, and so on and so forth, when I'm giving feedback and critique. Because I know enough about game dev, not a lot, but I know enough about game dev to know that it's not the easiest thing to do. And I just feel that this needed more time for you to do it. It is definitely a more solid experience than the November 2024 demo that I played. But not by a massive amount. And that probably comes across as damning with faint praise, which is not my intention, but that's probably what it comes across. This is, I think, why people have stopped asking me for feedback on stuff. Raygun Gadabout. Try it for yourselves, folks. It's not super expensive. What did I pay for it? I paid... bringing up the store page. £15.07 with the 10% discount. Got potential. But, yeah, needs more time to cook. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Have a great day. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.